Where is the space that you most love to be in your home? This month in the Chaos.com community, we are diving into the living room. When I think about most of the homes that I've lived in, I think that one of the main rooms that I've hung out in is my living room. There's always like a chair for reading or a chair for TV, and those are the places that look like that's the only place I spend my time. I feel like I go from like my bed to my office to the TV or reading chair. So that's what I do. What I want to ask you today and what I want to talk about is when we talk about the living room, you don't even have to have a living room. It's where do you want to live your life in your home? Where do you want to spend time? What do you need from it? And when it comes to getting organized, most people feel like they need to have their home perfectly organized before they let themselves rest and relax and have some sort of hobby or diversion. And I will just say, if you are experiencing a lot of clutter and chaos in your life, you might want to do the opposite. If you have been struggling with clutter for years or even decades, maybe your whole life, the idea of waiting to have a life, to live life in your living room until it's perfectly organized is not the best bet. Because what you're doing is you're punishing yourself for having clutter. And you don't deserve to be punished for having clutter. Clutter happens. We live in a time of more stuff than any other human in the world has ever had to deal with. So it's okay that you're figuring out your relationship with stuff, with clutter. That's okay. But let's not delay you living your life until your clutter is perfectly organized. So if you have a home that is just overflowing with clutter, or even if you don't, my assignment to you this week, my special invitation to you this week is to ask you to create a space that you want to spend time in. I'm not asking you to organize a space that you can spend time in. I'm asking you to create a space. Sometimes we need to be creative in our organizing pursuits, not in this world of organizing and decluttering and purging and categorizing. No, you have my full blessing to clutter up other areas of your home more to make space for the life you want to live. Now, obviously, that's not a long-term solution, but you deserve to have a space that feels great to you right now. What I want you to do is I want you to think about where you want to spend time in your home. Do you want to sit in a chair and look at birds? Do you want to watch TV without clutter being on the couch with you? Do you want a little space in the backyard to kind of breathe in the air? What do you want? What do you need? And then I want you to build that space. So go get an empty box and just grab the stuff that is stopping you from enjoying that space and put it in a box. Set it on the side, move it to another room. When I work with people in the Chaos.com community, I always say we are chasing down your clutter. If you have created a space, if you've organized a space or created a space that works for you, that space becomes sacred and we honor that space and we do not reclutter it. The rest of the house, though, is fair game. You're allowed to clutter the rest of the house to create space because part of what we're doing is you are learning how to live with a decluttered space. For some people, living in a decluttered space or an organized space feels a little scary or uncertain or strange. So we want to do it a little slowly. We want to experience what it feels like to have one chair organized or one section organized and have space to feel what that is like for you in your body to spend time in a space that has been decluttered. And then we slowly work our way through the rest of the house. This is why in the Chaos.com community, we organize a different room every month because I know it takes time. You're not going to get organized in 1 week. And if you did, it would be exhausting. And if I came in and did it for you, it would seem great, but then I promise that backsliding always tends to happen when someone organizes for you. What I want you to do is I want you to think about how you want to spend time. Like, where do you want to live? Like, what is it that you're not doing in your home that you wish you could do? Do you wish you were doing yoga? Can you clear a space for your yoga mat? Do you want to start doing puzzles? Did you watch a movie where someone was luxuriously drinking lemonade while doing a crossword puzzle in the morning sunlight? Create a space for that, right? It doesn't have to be a pragmatic, logical thing. You can create a space, try it out for a week. If you don't want it, switch it to something different, right? Turn it into a writing space. You deserve to have a life. You deserve to have spaces that support you in your creative endeavors, support you in rest, support you in having a joyful life. Stop waiting for your entire world to get organized in order to live your life. Start living your life now. Fill your space with life, not stuff. Reclaim a small corner of your life to start feeling good in your home. I know that that isn't necessarily going to solve all of your clutter problems overnight, but what it will do is make you feel a sense of hope. Release that despair a little bit. release that depression or that anxiety or that stress or that shame. It'll let you experience what it is to be happy in your home. Try to look for what is. Don't necessarily look at what's not done yet. Don't stare at the clutter you haven't gotten to and beat yourself up. Look every day at the space you created and just feel gratitude that you were able to do it. Even if it only took you 20 minutes to clear off a chair and you shoved everything in the back bedroom, I don't care. Even if it's just you hanging a picture so that when you're sitting down to dinner or to eat, you see something beautiful in front of you. These small tweaks make a big difference. What I want is for you to start inviting life into your home once again. Stop waiting for things to be perfect to enjoy your life. Start enjoying them now and do it with one simple thing. So what I want you to do is I want you to stop this video and I want you to go spend 20 minutes right now. That's all. Set a timer for 20 minutes and set up one space in a way that makes you feel excited to spend time there. Set it up in a way that feels really good to you. If there's already a space that you're using that is mostly working well for you, make it better. If you have always thought, oh, I wish that when I was watching TV I had an ottoman, go find an ottoman. Get an ottoman, go online, shop and find one. Pull something in from the rest of the house. But take the time to give yourself the support and enjoyment that you need. The changes that we make do not need to be big. It's the small, subtle shifts that we make that make all the difference in the world. My ex and I had this very deep sofa, and it was like the envy of all people. And it was so funny because when we broke up, I received no less than 3 calls of people not telling me how sorry they were that we broke up, asking me who was getting the couch. It was hilarious. This was the coveted couch, and a friend did end up getting it in the end. But this couch that was so lovely and wonderful, and I was obsessed with it, was great, but it was too deep to enjoy some sort of coffee table. So he was super handy. My partner was super handy. And so he actually built a table for behind the sofa, and it was amazing. It was life-changing. Just doing a little sofa table behind it so that I could just reach back and put my glass down or have pretty decor when I walked into my living room. It was so lovely. We sat down there for the first time and it was like we could both finally breathe. It was so delightful. So that was just a table. He built it, which was amazing, but you can pick one up online on a Facebook marketplace. You can find one on Amazon. You can find one on lots of different retailers. Just look for what you can add that can enhance your experience of being in your home, of being in your living room. Add more life to the spaces in your home. Thanks so much for being here. Throw in the comments below what is one thing that you can add to your home that makes you feel like you can live with a little bit more joy. As always, follow me for more tips, tricks, and organizing wisdom. Thank you so much for being here.